Tigress and the Crayfish. One day, Tigress the tabby cat was out walking around. She was feeling hungry. Luckily for Tigress, she was near a stream. If you're a cat and you're near a stream, there should be plenty of good things to eat. Tigress headed toward that stream, thinking what she might find. Maybe I'll catch a big fat insect. Tigress walked a bit further. Maybe I'll catch a fish in the shallowish. Then Tigress got a big smile on her face. Maybe I'll catch a few crawfish under a rock. From that point on, all Tigress could think about was crayfish. Big crayfish, fat crayfish, tasty crayfish. Sure enough, as Tigress got closer to the water, she saw a crayfish. But that little crayfish saw something too, a very hungry-looking cat coming its way. It went back under a rock. Cats are normally afraid of the water, but she was determined to get her food. She put her paw on the top of that rock. Then, with her other paw, she tried to reach under the rock. Fearing for its life, the little crayfish reached out one of its claws and pinched Tigress's finger. Hiss! That hurt, said Tigress. Although Tigress really waited to eat that crayfish, the last thing she wanted to do was put her paw under that rock. So she sat down and thought. She thought and thought, and pretty soon she came up with a plan. The plan made her smile. If it worked, she would not just get the crayfish under the rock, she would get lots of crayfish. If you're a cat, the only thing better than eating one crayfish is eating lots of crayfish. So she put her plan into motion. Oh, I'm so hungry. I wanted to eat that little crayfish because I am starving to death, said Tigress. Then Tigress threw herself into the air and landed on her back with a thud. She cried and sticking her legs up on the air. She pretended she was dead. Of course, the little crawfish heard it all, just as Tigress had planned. It looked as what had happened while staying in the water. The little crayfish saw Tigress laying on her back with her eyes closed, her tongue hanging out, looking dead. It's true. The man-eater is dead, said the crayfish excitedly. I must go tell my chief. As fast as it could, he headed for the crayfish village and the home of his chief, leader of the crayfish. On the way, the little crayfish thought of a story to tell the chief. Meanwhile, back on the stream bank, Tigress lay there, looking dead, with just a hint of a smile on her face. By the time the little crayfish reached the door of his great chief's lodge, he had his story. When he entered, he looked tough and said, My sycamore, I have done a great thing. You will be very proud of me. The chief asked, What exactly have you done? I have defeated the man-eater. I have defeated Tigress, he bragged. How can that be? So Tigress is a great and mighty warrior? Asked the chief. It was a great battle. We fought back and forth, he lied. Finally, I threw Tigress high into the air. She landed on her back and died. You can go there and see for yourself. Her body is by the bank of the stream. If the cat is really dead, then not only do cats eat crayfish, but crayfish eat anything dead that they can find. A dead cat could feed the village for weeks. They all went up to see for themselves. You see, there the man-eater lays right where I threw her down and killed her. Cats can be very tricky. Who will volunteer to see if she is really dead? Asked the chief. One of the crayfish raised his claw. Good. Climb out of the water and pinch Tigress' tail. Then we might see if she is really dead, the chief told him. The brave crawfish did what he was told. Pinched Tigress' tail hard. Of course, that really hurt. It hurt so bad that a little tear down the side of Tigress' face, but Tigress didn't move. She didn't make a sound. But the chief is still not sure, so he instructed another crayfish. Climb out of the water, go up to Tigress' face, and pull out one of her whiskers. The crayfish pulled out one of the whiskers. This hurt Tigress even worse than get her tail pinched. It hurt so bad that 2 tears down the side of her face. But Tigress didn't move. She didn't make a sound. Another crayfish warrior wanted to try it too. Many raised their claws, but the chief knew who to choose. He chose the same little crayfish who brought them to this spot. The chief told the little crayfish to pinch the cat's ear. When he got close to the cat, he was not sure that Tigress was truly dead. What are you waiting for? Do it, they yelled. So really fast, he pinched her ear. The crayfish jumped for joy. They celebrated Tigress' death. Yippee! They began to dance around Tigress' body, singing too. Soon all those crawfish became very tired from all their singing and dancing and went to sleep. And Tigress opened her eyes and jumped to her feet, and had a feast.